we're gonna rock and roll. It's funny, Deanna, you're gonna appreciate this because you work really hard at your PR, your social media skills and stuff. Do you ever like go back? I think you do. Go back and watch yourself and go, "Ooh, I could have done that differently."
Sure, but with enough videos and enough of these going on, like we just, I don't know. I guess like when you're real and I think people like that even more. So I'm all about videos and even,
Authenticity is a big
yeah.
deal. I mean, authenticity, but you can learn. Like Gina and I listen to each other's calls because sometimes we're on the same call, sometimes we're not. And it's funny, he was listening to the call, and because this topic was pretty unique, and the person that we were, introducing, I spent a lot of time making sure I framed it correctly. We learned how to frame something so that people are prepared, and I probably went maybe a little overboard and we needed to get to the point. So, that being said, for all of you on the call, Deanna, why don't you share with us? Because I know a lot will go, oh, I know Cutco. And why I love bringing you on and why you're a great partner and why you're part of Momentum Builder and all the events is you're so much more than just Cutco. And Cutco, as I'm just teeing it up, meaning all of us work off of referrals and marketing and stuff. You strictly work off of referrals because you're not even allowed to market. Everything's Cutco is one of the best marketing companies, meaning you go out and throw out all these social posts, but Cutco, you're actually really not allowed to. You actually have to earn the right for people to purchase and know about Cutco. Am I right?
Yes. So we can post and share things, but I am technically not allowed to purchase what do you call like marketing through Facebook or ads. Like I can't do ads. So everything I do is pretty much by referral for the last 26 years. And I was taught at a very young age. It was probably illegal when I started working here, but back then they did not check things in 1998. Um,
Right.
but we were very much taught to ask every prospect, every client for referrals. And I was actually one of the people that would get messages on these things when I was a teenager. And it's all about social proof. Like if everyone else is doing it, other people want to as well. So if you talk and if you speak to your clients with confidence that this is what people are doing and you truly believe it and it's factual, obviously it makes it a lot easier to convince them, hey, we should probably get some more referrals together because I'm happy to hook you up with something and, or whatever it is. But I would usually my goal was minimally 20 referrals from every client. Did I get
Wow.
that many? No. But I would usually show people, I do like a drop down, like we're all in sales, right? Hey, some people have given me 50 leads, Mrs. Jones, or some people have given me 40 or 30. I'm really going for 100 appointments in the next few weeks, but you don't have to give me all 100. 99 is
That's
okay.
nice of you.
I'll allow it this once. You can just give me 99. We'll let it slide. But honestly, a lot of people are just more comfortable giving me 20, maybe even 15 at on the low end. But see, if I just came out and said 15 to 20 names or referrals, people are like, whoa. But if I put the idea there that a lot of people have done more, then it doesn't
Then
sound,
20 doesn't sound so bad.
yeah, exactly. So that's something I really believe in is I've been even trying to be better about that all the time, asking for referrals. Who do you know? We do help all 50 states. So I always say, I don't discriminate. I don't care where you live. I'm happy to help you. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so let me finish framing this for those of you who are on the call and why it's important you're on this call. Because I know you're salespeople, you know what you're doing, you're very busy, you're always trying to get more business. But two things that you're going to get out of this call, because I'm doing much better of teeing up why it's important to be on the call, not just to be on the call, but two things that I know Deanna will help you from the outside of our industry. Because the problem is we hear a lot from the same olds in our industry that are rock stars. And it's nice to get some refreshing ideas from someone outside. So, one of the reasons you need to listen to Deanna is number one, Cutco salesperson. Number one, and how many salespeople do you have? I mean, this is how old is the company? How many salespeople do you have? I mean, being number one takes a lot of effort, dedication, consistency. Am I right?
Yes, very much. About 60,000 people work with us, especially in the summer. We do hire a lot of college kids. That's how I started, although I was actually in high school. I just got my license, so that helped. But yeah, there's not too many of us that do it as a full-time career. And by the time I graduated college, I had already been doing it 6 years. So I had a database of customers I was already helping. So that did help a lot. And one thing I like to share with my LOs and my loan officers and all these people is we do the exact same thing every day. I lead generate, I'm out there hustling business. My spouse does work for me, so this is not just something I'm kind of doing. It's definitely not like that. But I'm there to be efficient, be direct, and help people with what they need. And if they need help, great. If not, it's fine. But that way, like everyone wants systems in place. So if we can provide more systems to make LOs and you guys all more productive at what you're good at about closing deals, that's what we're here to do. Help you guys close deals so you can like pay more attention to that. But we're here to retain the clients you already are working with or maybe want to work with. And that's really our purpose, is building your database that way and more of a solid foundation for the relationship that you guys have now and will have decades from now. I don't ever think short term. This is all about the long term thinking. And I think LOs and business owners should gift accordingly to that. You don't want to give something that's sticks around for a few days. Is that the service that you want to associate yourself with? Or do you want to give something people think of you with all the time, a year from now, 5 years, 20 years from now? Is that gonna the service you want to connect your appreciation gift with? And that's really my mindset around what we're doing with all of you guys.
All right. I appreciate that. Yeah. And thank you for that. So, what we're going to go, and please interact, ask questions of Deanna, because from the outside the industry, because there's two things that we will get deep on, which is one, client retention. Deanna's one of the best at it, and it's imperative. I've been in this industry, I think longer than Deanna's been alive, but for a long time. And the success in real estate and mortgage is your database. Without a doubt, it is developing a database and retaining those clients, because otherwise you're just transactional and you're starting over every single week. So this is imperative right now for two things I'd like you to help us with today. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is how do we approach our current database and clients to help re-engage them? For those, maybe you didn't do a good job of thanking them or staying in contact with them. Right now, we have to, and we have a very good reason why. So pay attention. Refinances are coming.
Yep.
Rates are going down. Everybody knows it. Everybody. And the marketing companies are going to be all over TV. You're already starting to see the 5 3/4, and whether it's real or not. Bottom line is, a lot of the marketing companies are going to come out of the woodwork knowing that rates are going down. Everybody in the world hears that rates are going down. The Feds are going to lower rates in September. So there's no surprises coming up. So we need to be in front of our past clients to give us the at bat before they go to a Rocket or somebody else that's advertising that will not give them all of their options. They're transactional. They go, our rate is this. Not like, hey, are you thinking about, doing improvements to your home, putting a child through college, paying off your home quicker? All these things that we need to engage them with to differentiate ourselves. So give us
Yeah.
any input on how you feel we can do that better and how to reach back to our database and bring them back into our, give us an opportunity and an at bat.
Right. I think this is a great thing, and I'm so excited for you guys. I think we've all been waiting for a while for rates to drop a little bit.
Yeah, a couple years of the mortgage winter.
Yeah. Hey, you guys and me both.
Yeah,
So, I
that's
was
true. If we're not making money, we're not spending money, right?
we follow suit with whatever you do. So I always tell my LOs like, keep crushing it, keep working hard because it really helps me too. So, but it's a
It is a
win.
win-win. There you
It's
go.
totally
I mean,
win-win.
remember this, gang. Deanna never sells me. She would not be, how particular I am with who's our partners with Momentum Builder or PRMG in our office. And it's only got to be people that are givers that really help us and not takers. Takers don't work, they don't last, and they don't add value. You're a giver and you're always working to help us, and you don't over push. And that's a skill set that I think you're really good at, Deanna. But
Thank
you do ask for the business.
It's always about asking for the order, but you can do it in a way very subtle. And I think the first step is getting in touch with your clients. One thing that me and the top two other women in our company, we have a little group chat. One's in Canada, one's in Tennessee. And I joke with the Tennessee one because all my California clients moved to her, and I'm like, "You're welcome."
Right.
You're welcome. But
They're all
anyway,
in Nashville now. Yeehaw.
I know. Even my sister lives there now, so I get it.
So does our
Um,
assistant. She's outside of
oh
Franklin.
yeah, that's
Yep.
right. I talked to her. That's right.
Actually, Katie's
So,
on her way back, I think, today.
oh my gosh, yeah, it's a great town. But the thing is, we have this little thread, and we talk about 10 by 10. So 10 by 10 has been a very successful action for us. It's 10 calls by 10 a.m. This concept is probably not new to anyone, but I only know of maybe like 0.025 of all salespeople that really even do this. But they know that if they do, they're like, imagine just that's, let's just say it was 5 days a week. That's 50 more people you're now in touch with. And yeah, maybe not all 50 are like, yes, Dawn, let's refi right now, obviously. But it's the funnel, right? Like you start with the 50 or however number it is, and then trickle down. There's gonna be people that need a refi. And more importantly, there's gonna be people, wow, my son actually finally is on his own. He needs to buy a house. And you're thinking, is your son even old enough to have a credit card? Yeah, he's 22 now, Deanna. Like it's funny how, we forget there's family that are referrals. Like there's all these people, but it's a matter of touching base first. So if you can get in contact with your people, you guys all have your lists of people. You can just go down the line, like choose your best people you start with first, and then go down that line. Maybe anyone that's referred you out of business, done big deals with you, whatever, but just 10 by 10, it's the easiest concept. And I highly
So do
recommend.
you separate out A, B, C, or gold, silver, platinum clients? Because I would imagine here's the comfort zone, because I know for sure I can go through my database and I can pick out 25 that are deep fans. Like they love us. They always come back to us no matter what. They don't even look at others. They're just like, Don, it's time to refinance. I know I see commercials, but I trust you.
Yeah.
Also, they send their family members. I have at least 25, that I know that send me business pretty regularly, especially when I remind them, because then
Yeah.
you're on top of mind. So that's something that somebody thinks about. Well, maybe they're not ready, but their friends, family, or coworkers might be. So be
Yeah.
on top of mind with your fans. So you
Yeah.
do
Start with
separate them
them.
out versus these are my top, these are my middle, and I'm just going to keep in touch in case they re-engage.
Yeah. And this is something I coach a lot of my coworkers on, and my realtors and my loan officers and my business owners, is I've learned, this is just true for me, but I find it's true for most business owners. If you guys can start with your gold clients first, your top people, those are the best people, because what is the saying, they're from Forbes magazine? If people are 95% more likely to do business with you if they've done it before versus a fresh brand new lead. Obviously, this new lead doesn't know you. You need to build your business with new business, but start with your clients first. Those of you on this call that I work with, if you've ever noticed, this isn't always the case, but usually when I call you, it's usually in the morning because you're a client. Like I'm going to be more likely to get somewhere with you versus the hand holding I'll have to do later with prospects, which is fine. But it's also way more fun momentum going into talking to a prospect. Hey, I just fulfilled a new order for so-and-so. We're shipping out gifts for so-and-so. Did you still want to connect on this too? Like, do you want in on this? Everyone else is doing this. So there's just more of that mindset where you can just be more effective earlier in the day. And I can go into the whole other thing on this, but long story short, this is, in my opinion, the best time to not just give your clients a call, but being that what the rates are doing, if you have your top 25 or top 100, we validate our top 120 every year. So we actually send out 10 gifts a month. That's another thing we do. And the key is sending out gifts or items of value is so vital right now. And I highly recommend doing it now and never between Thanksgiving and New Year's. I'm going to pause
So
there.
that's always
Just so
you
you know
helped us with
why.
that. Is everybody does, like I completely stopped. I used to be that guy that went and got tons of Christmas baskets or seas candy or goodies, whatever, and then went out and dropped them off at all my agents. I know everybody on this call is going to go, why would you do that, Don? Nobody goes to the office anymore. You are correct. One more reason. Or they're gone for the holidays, and then by the time they get it back, those Harry and David pairs, not so good. So
Right.
yes, and even when I went and dropped them off, try to be more personal than the others that just shipped them or dropped them off, is there's 10 others sitting on their desk. So it gets
Yeah.
lost in the shuffle. So I like that you like to do things separate. So give us some suggestions if you want to think. And you don't have to do everybody. A lot of you get overwhelmed, and I'm talking to some of my team members, get overwhelmed by going, well, I have 500 or 350 in my database. How do I can't afford it. You don't have to. And you can break it
Yeah.
up and you can hit your top people because you know they're your biggest fans and so forth. So how would you handle it being different than the typical Christmas gift?
Great question. All I can say are there's like 2 or 3 ideas around this that will help everyone on this call in your business. So if you guys are, a little distracted right now, this is probably one of the number one things I can share with you that will help your business a year from now, 10 years, 20 years down the line plus. Do not get distracted. In the next few months, you're gonna already see, I already seen it, these big baskets at Costco or when you're checking out the
Right?
grocery store. And like, yes, it's very eye-catching and people are like, ooh, I want that. Usually it's
Yeah.
just because you want it, not even because you want to give it. Which
I
I
know
get.
you're like, I like what's in there. Somebody
Yeah,
should
like
give that to me.
tax deduction for myself, like
Mm,
whatever. Don't be distracted because again, that's very, very short sighted. People know that when they're checking out, they're like, ooh, like if anyway, there's lots of companies that really capitalize on it. Think long term. If you are giving anything, it doesn't matter if it's something with us, something somewhere else, your gift must have two things if you want to stay top of mind with your clients. Not one, both. Usefulness and longevity. Usefulness and longevity. Again, both. Useful things are great, like gift cards, alcohol, wine, Harry David, like you said, all these great things are very
perishable.
useful. Yeah, but is there any longevity? No, I would never like Dawn, you would never go to a client and say, "Oh my gosh, Jenny, how are you enjoying that bottle of wine I gave you 3 years ago?" It doesn't like make sense.
Oh, you're holding out on that, are you?
Right? And I love wine, but I could never remember who gave
Well,
me
your
what.
family's in the business. Of course, you love wine. And
Yeah,
I
except
do
for
remember
I
the
can't do
bottle of
it.
wine you gave me. So just so you know.
I also see your face a lot, which is cool. I like that. But and it's also so that's the first thing. And then longevity would be like maybe a nice picture on the wall, a vase, doormat, ring doorbell, like all these things have longevity. But is there like a lot of use going on with those? Not really. It just kind of sits there. So if you can have and give your clients something that has usefulness and longevity, that is such a great tool to keep you front and center for them. And whether that's, you guys kind of know what we do, but anywhere from like nice knives to cutting boards to spatulas, high end though, not cheap.
Scissors, bottle
Oh, the
openers,
scissors,
wine
bottle
openers. I
openers.
mean, honestly, I can't help it. And my wife's not listening, but I think about you often. Well, it's because I use your stuff, literally Cutco items every day. Every single day I use, and so does my wife. I
I
mean,
love it.
literally, and she knows you personally because of Cutco and the knives we use. We have the whole kit and caboodle. We use every single knife at some point, or ice cream scoop, or
Yeah.
this weekend we broke out the bottle opener, and it's
Yeah.
hard to not think of you or where some of those items came from because I know I purchased certain ones, but also I'm like, this is the one that Deanna gave me. This is the one that Deanna. I'm like, I have probably 6 items now from you at least, you
Yeah.
know.
And that's I know you're obviously like one of our top people. So I really work on practicing what we preach. And if you guys would like, I have a letter here and I can email it to you guys later. I have an idea of like how to do that. But this is something, if it's okay, can I read the VIP letter we
Yeah,
sent?
because it's important. The letter is just like it's funny. My team asked me to write a lot of the letters because like Gino's like, yeah, Donna write it because it has to come, it has to be personalized.
Mm,
Otherwise, it just looks like it wasn't thought through or that you really care or you put the effort into
Mm.
unless you really personalize it. And it literally takes 30 seconds, you know.
Yeah, it did. And most of my LOs just say, wow, I've been meaning to do home anniversary gifts. I've been meaning to do end of the year client appreciation gifts, but I just don't have time. I don't have a system. So this is literally like you cannot have an excuse now.
Ah,
Once you hear this letter, we mail everything out. When I've done Barry Habib's gifts for many years, his daughter's gifts I do. They're both in lending. And this is the type of thing I really drill home to not just them, but also people that they're talking to. Like it's all about spreading great information about, hey, how can you really put the intention there that these clients you guys are appreciating, you know, they're your top 100 or your top 10% or whatever they are. They don't necessarily know that. So me and my team created this letter to make sure it was clear. And this is a great thing to do right now, being that people are going to start to refi, start purchasing again.
mhm.
So here's the letter. This is the template we email out to you. I can email it later. I have an idea of how to make sure I do that for all of you on the call. But here it is for now. So Dawn, quick question. Who's a person's first name that in the last 12 months has made a really big impact on your business? One of these top 25 for you. What is their first name?
Um,
I know I'm putting you on the spot.
yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, I can put a vote, but we'll just say Todd Duncan.
Okay, great. So Todd. So here would be like an example for Todd. So hi, Todd. This year has been an absolutely incredible year, and I have you to thank. Whereas I have many clients, there are a few each year that truly make a difference in my life and allow me to do what I love at the highest level. Because of you, I was able to achieve so much this past year. Thank you. Your business referrals and continuous loyalty mean the world, and I cannot thank you enough. Before things get crazy at the end of the year, I wanted to send you something special, something that wouldn't be consumed like a gift card, chocolate, or wine, but a gift that's world class that lasts forever, just like my service to you. I love the brand Cutco, and I know you and your family will enjoy it for decades to come. Again, great, so grateful for you, your love and support all year round. Fall time is just a great time to tell you enjoy, and here's to a great finish of 2024 together and fantastic things to come in the coming years. Your lender for life, Don Gutling, cell, email, PS. Please call or text me when you receive this so I know it arrived okay.
I love that part, by the way. We hate when we don't hear and like, oh yeah, I got your knife. But it
Right?
gives a reason to be appreciative and you know they got it because there is that fear too, because you just spent like 100 something bucks on something and you're like, ah, I hope they got it, you know.
Yeah, and you see how just like one or two sentences of this letter, most people don't realize how much they mean to you guys in your business. There's certain people you can probably think of right now, all of you on this call, that guy is the reason my daughter has braces, or these people are probably the reason we were able to go on that great trip this past year, or whatever it is. Like they're the reason these things happen in your life. It's imperative that you let them know that. It really is. And again, this letter is effective, but don't give it during December, please. You'll
All
get a
right. Well,
much
I
better
hope I'm
response.
glad you hit on that. So I want to clarify because I don't want people dropping off thinking this is a Cutco commercial. You're explaining some of the things that the values of how you can do things differently when you do thank your top people. And like I was trying to let all of you on the call know is it doesn't have to be your 350. Start with your top people because you know, I guarantee if you go through your list and you'll notice that these are really the 25 or 50 that only send me like referrals, that type of thing. Now, not that you can't get more from others, but these are your top people that you really want to take care of. Imagine, because what's cool about that letter is I know it's pre-done. They don't have to rewrite it. It's done. Then you just add in name and email and address, or name and email and phone number to it, so that it's just done. And they don't have to like, oh, I don't want to do that every time because it's a lengthy letter, but it's
Yeah,
very sincere.
right.
So that
Editable.
helps with client retention. One thing I'm going to steal from your sales skills because you do this every day and all day. And we're supposed to be doing that. We're salespeople. We're not, manufacturing anything. We're actually sales. So how do you ask for the business in a very clever way? Because you do it at our events all day long. You
Mhm.
get people to engage and not feel threatened, because that's the biggest fear. Like, you go into one store and they're like, how can I help you? You're like, oh, get out of my face, versus a Nordstrom that goes, I'm here to help when you need me. Big difference. And you feel
Yeah,
like you can graze and look around and choose and then ask for help when you want it. Don't bug me in the meantime.
yeah,
It's similar in our business where you can ask. A lot of us are afraid to ask for the business, but we need to ask for the business. We really do. And we need to ask these top 25 or our 50 or our real estate agents. We have to
yeah.
figure out how to ask them to give us business, because I made the mistake, and I'll admit it on this call, and I've told my team that there's times when I thought charisma and likability was going to get me business. And people liked Don because I was fun. I was out everywhere. I partied with them all and all that. And then I realized I wasn't getting their business until I
Mm,
started asking for it. I finally had to say, hey, how come I'm not getting your business? Well, I'm already working with that. Well, then just throw me a bone once in a while, or give me the deals they can't do. I'd love to work with you. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, I just like hanging with you, but yeah, I don't get your business. And all of a sudden they're sending me business. So there is a way to ask for the business without being creepy, right?
right, agreed. I'd say you're right. You do need to build that rapport, but do have an intention at the end of the day to ask. And I know it can be interesting. It's like it's almost like sales is definitely an art form, especially in this realm. So when you're chatting with someone, like especially if you guys are doing these calls, the first step is make the contact, right? Right away, there's people that'll just automatically, oh, I've been meaning to call you, or those are the best, right?
Right.
But a lot of it's, hey, I'm just wanted to touch base. I'm sure you've heard a lot of things going on in the lending or real estate world lately. I just want to let you know I'm here to clarify any questions you might have. A lot of people have been reaching out to me already at Social Proof. A lot of people are reaching out to me already because the rates have dropped. I'm sure you've seen that, right? Like, little qualifying question. I'm sure
Mhm.
you've seen that, right? Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, and I know
Easy question to answer and opens the door for more conversation.
exactly. See, now you're just having a conversation about something you both kind of know about,
So
but
you don't just go, hey, do you want to refi?
I've
No.
always done it.
You gotta be careful what you say, right?
Of course. But see,
Yeah.
now you're just establishing a common reality with both of you. Oh yeah, I have seen that. And I know, Mr. Buyer or sell or buyer, I guess in this case, or my client, Mr. Client, I know that you have a 6.5%. Just so you know, I'm happy to always run the numbers if it makes sense for us to refi for you. I'm all about, here's a line I use a lot, you guys. If I can save you money, Dawn, I will always at least tell you if you'd like me to do so. So it's kind of like, hey, my job is to
Is that
save you
okay?
money. Yeah, is
What
that
are they
okay with
gonna
you?
say?
Yeah.
No,
No, I
do
want to
not
spend
save me
more.
money. Do not.
It's such an easy question, right? But
Right.
people also forget that you're there to do that. Some people forgot about even what a refi is, or that might help. Maybe it's a new buyer that has only been in their first house a year. Like there's a lot of, I didn't know about half this stuff till much later in life. So anyway, you're there to educate. So again, contact, establish a good conversation. Hey, I've heard you've been, I'm assuming you've heard some of the news lately about real estate and lending. I'm just wanting to let you know I'm here for you. If you have any questions, I know a lot of my clients have been reaching out because rates have dropped and they've been wanting to refinance. Have you seen that the rates dropped? Like, did you notice that? Yeah, that was great. Yeah, it's just anyway, I don't know if that's
I
something.
like the social proof too, because if you said a lot of my clients, I've been talking to, you have to say reach out. Some have reached out to me, some I reached out.
Yeah,
Actually, a
talking
lot of
to.
my clients have been uh, utilizing their untapped equity, because everybody's, have you seen the amount of equity you've gained? If you're really smart, you bought your home at 650, and based on my comps, I'm seeing it's worth 850. You've gained $200,000 since I last got you into that home. So,
Right?
I helped you
That's
get into
cool.
that, and you have 200,000. Have you thought about utilizing that to do improvements to your home, purchase a new home, college funding, whatever? I'm here to run the numbers because we might be able to do some of this without even changing your payment. Or
That's
have you
good.
thought about paying off your home 10 years faster? And according to my numbers, saving you $212,000 in interest. Would that interest you?
No, I want to pay double interest.
Well, because most go to rate. You can't go to rate. Just so you know, everyone on this call, including my team, don't go to rate. You're going to get beat. Someone always has a lower rate, meaning someone's willing to work for $30 versus $3,000 on a transaction. They're willing to, or they work for Rocket and they get a couple $250 per transaction. That's all they get. Well,
Wow.
hard to compete with that. But they're not going to need service. They're only giving them rate. But if you go down these other paths of education and opportunity and enlightenment, or even letting them know, or is that now that rates are coming down, it's been a lot more affordable for families to get into homes. Is there anybody in one of your family members or coworkers that are looking to try to get into a home now that's become more affordable? You know, you can tap into 3 or 4 or 5 different opportunities versus rate. Just
Yeah.
don't go there.
You can also kind of like feed their ego a little bit. Again, genuinely, not just because you want, but I've told many people that I really enjoy working with, hey, I was thinking about the other day and I was talking to my admin about you because we've helped you for 5 years or whatever it's been. And you're just one of those really cool people that make my job a lot easier. Like, Dawn, how there's those people that like they do like a really big loan with you, but there's no drama. Like, what's that about? And then there's the people that do like the smallest loan that are
Right.
so nitpicky that like
All
you
right, I
want
want laughter from my crew and others that are on this call because we've all been there. It's the little loan that is the biggest pain in the ass.
yeah.
I mean, seriously, you're like, what the hell?
So again,
And
you're validating the great people and saying like,
okay,
hey, I love people working with people like you. And I don't even know why I never asked, but who's like you that I could help? I would love just a whole database of you, Dawn. Like you see,
that's
now they
actually a clever idea. And crew, give me a thumbs up if you like this, because if you start with that, like, hey, I made a decision in my career, which is a true fact in my career, to only work with people I like. And that includes you. I love working with people that have become friends and people I love helping. And I've loved helping you over the last 5, 10 years and your family members and stuff. And I just wanted to thank you for that. And I'm here to help you anytime because I enjoy helping you and your family. And it makes them feel good. So that's a good point because we've all worked with assholes, for lack of a better term, it's a technical term, that we don't want to work with anymore.
right.
And it's a
Not worth it.
choice. I mean, I almost quit the business because I worked with jerks, and I just won't do it anymore. I won't work with jerk clients, jerk agents, or jerk employees. I love all you that are on the call, by the way,
Thank
because it's a decision, it's a choice, and it's made my life so much better since making that decision. But if you let them know that, it does put them on a pedestal, and it's a great way to show appreciation.
Yeah, and
That's
before that
clever.
call,
I like
like
that.
they
So that's
know.
worth the call right there, gang. If you just utilize that scripting when you're talking to your clients and make them feel good, I guarantee you're being sincere because you wouldn't be calling them otherwise. Because you'll look at your list, look it down and go, nope, not calling Mike and Erica. They were, whoo, no, scratch them out. Hey, eliminate from database, delete. Let's see. Oh, they were a pain in the butt too. They had no clue, and they tried to screw me at the end of the transaction for cost. I'm like, oh, delete.
Yeah.
You'll clean out your database. Trust me.
Yeah, and the thing is, remember, these people don't know that they're your best. And if you're one of those technical people, you can also just tell people, hey, I know we've worked together a few years. I've never told you something, and I think it's important that I tell you. And they're like, what is this? I was just reviewing some things in my business and looking to the new year and everything. And I just realized, Dawn, that you're actually one of my top 100. And I don't think I've ever shared that with you, but I just thought it was important that I let you know. And it's because of you that I'm able to build this business and build my team or whatever you've been trying to do. And I just want to say thanks for that. And I'm sorry I never told you. It's taken me 5 years to tell you this, but I wanted you to know. So that's all. And then they're like, what? Like they've never heard this kind of love and validation, probably from even their own spouse. I don't know.
Right.
If you can share it and you're their LO, wow, like, get it.
It's funny, I always talk about, and you're pretty good at one of my things is I'm really good about acknowledging birthdays because no one gets pissed off at a birthday call and nobody picks up a phone anymore. Not even my mom. She even freaking texts me. And sorry, mom, but it's true. And if you pick up the phone and call them, they freak out. They're like, whoa, and it gives you an opportunity to talk to them. Just say, hey, just want to wish you a happy birthday. This is one of my opportunities to remember to talk, say hi and see how you're doing and how's the family? And you just throw it in cash. No one's gotten mad at me ever for calling on their birthday. In fact, most go, wow, you're the only one who called me today. Not even my mom called me. I
Oh
mean,
my
seriously,
gosh.
I mean, it's important. And it's just a good way to acknowledge them. And I just always make sure. And like Don T, he's probably on the call and he helps me with that. Like if I miss a call, he'll actually hit me up. Yeah, Don's on the call. He literally emails me, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday today. Oh, duly noted. I don't miss. There's Don right there. I guarantee it. He helps me because he knows the value of those calls. Number one call I make every year is just calling people on their birthday. If I miss them, I'll text them.
Yeah.
Hey, just thinking about you. By the way, it's Don Getling and sometimes I have to go formerly with Skyline Finance America, now PRMG Mortgage. Because they're like, who the hell are you? I was happy to help you with your loan. I do tell them who I am because sometimes they'll
Good.
be like, who's this text from? Because maybe
Yeah.
you're not in their database, but now, and then I say, hey, save this number for next time.
Yeah.
And then and Don Getlings, and they can go, oh, add to contacts. Oh,
Yeah.
there you are. And put mortgage next. Somebody gave me this tip. This is a good tip. And role playing with you and stuff. We're sharing ideas. But it reminded me a good one is who was it? I think it's Brian Covey, or one. Anyways, he has everybody put mortgage next to their name. I think it's Ryan House or one of the top dudes. He goes, because you might forget my name. And it happens. I'm not going to get offended. It happens. Just hit mortgage and my name will pop up. If you have any questions regarding the value of your home, utilizing your home, getting a new home, whatever, just hit mortgage. I'll pop up. I'm like, fuck, brilliant. They're not remembering Getling. Trust me, they can't spell it.
I get it.
So just have them put mortgage, everyone. I thought it was really a good tip.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I think the key is just validating that your people and making sure they know, because you guys all know the top 20% are going to feed 80% of your business anyway. So if you are not told your top 20% that they're your top 20%, you better and show them. Show them, tell them everything. Like that's one of my things this year is some of you on the call know. I see you, Brian, and other people too. I'm all about a video text. Dawn and I talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just, you got to put it out there like, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of you because I care enough to talk to you. And I'm here for you. Like, what do you need? Like, what do you not need? What can I do to help your business this year? Like, once you get what everyone, if you can help get anyone something that they want, then you can get everything that you want. So, and I made a gratitude video for actually one of my loan officers in Santa Clarita just the other day. And I got really surprisingly emotional in the video. And then I just sent it anyway. I was real. And I'll probably
You
share
are
it.
real, Deanna. You don't think too highly at me as a top salesperson. You are very authentic. You are who you are, without a doubt. I see your posts. Sometimes they're goofy. Sometimes they're personal. Sometimes it's kind of biz, like, hey, excited this happened. So you do it in a subtle way, but you do help people get to know you, and you're comfortable with that because if they don't like or know you, they're not going to trust you.
Right.
Am I right?
Very much so. So just be authentic. And I mess so many things up in videos and the last post I made is me applying deodorant in front of a whole bunch of realtors and someone saw me doing it. Like just because I was, ready to go up and speak. And some people are like, that's freaking weird. But I literally got an order from it yesterday. She's like, oh, you remind me how funny you are. I need stuff. What? Like that was not the intention of putting it up.
All right, team, and don't go showing up at our events and just bringing deodorant just because now. I could
I
see
might
I could
take
see
it.
Josh in there or a raise act just to do it to get somebody riled up, you know.
Uh, Mike, I might do it, Mike Razak, I might do it at the next meeting I told you about at Compass. So if I see you before the meeting, I might be preoccupied with something, but don't be surprised.
All right, so I want to make sure that if any of you, and some of you on the call, I know have utilized Deanna's service quite often, know Deanna quite well, but any questions you can think of for Deanna as a sales professional, like, is there, best ways to re-engage a client, best ways to ask for the business, best way, whatever we've been talking about, or something you want to clarify that will help you. Because remember, this is somebody that knows, like, maybe it's how did you start? Because I didn't get one person that says, yes, I make, because I hit it up in the chat. Let me know if you have a set schedule that you actually reach out to a certain amount of your database or a certain amount of agents every single week. And I bet none of you at this call or in the chat do that. So how did you perform? Because I know when you do get through those 10 calls, it actually sets up your day. It's kind of like me going to the gym. When I
Mm,
used to go in the afternoon, it was inconsistent at best. I was tired, or meetings popped up, or last thing I wanted to do, or low energy, all
yeah.
those things. Now that I go first thing, it actually sets up my day. Now, believe me, when I wake up at 5, I hit the floor. I'm not like, can't go to the gym. It takes a little while to get ready to go, but I've never left the gym ever and said, I wish I didn't do that.
Right.
Every time, like, I'm so glad I got my butt out of bed. I would imagine it's the same when you make those 10 calls. Like, hey, I got that I won't say out of the way, but all right, it is what it is. It is a task.
Yeah.
But you can check that box. I called 5 agents and I called 5 database or 10 database today. Done. You gotta be excited at that point. You gotta be pretty, like, pumped that, hey, today's productive no matter what happens the rest of the day.
Yes, agreed. It really sets the tone. And for me, the calls are the thing that move the needle the most. It's all about connection, right? So we have this joke, how often is your store open? If your store is closed, if you're not talking to someone, if there's not someone in front of you or on the phone with you, you're closed. So you better make sure you are open. And I mean, I get it. 2021, all of y'all were open 24/7. That was great for me. But but right now, it's some people are like, oh, well, I'm slower, so I'm gonna whatever. And okay, well, you're closed. So why would people reach out to you if you're closed? So if you can open like if you want to be really adventurous, our new thing is 9 by 9. If you can do that, that's awesome. So especially those of you that help other states, that's easy. So,
Right.
but the point is opening right away and having that momentum literally happen early.
Good
Momentum
word.
doesn't happen in the second half of the day, just like the gym stuff, right? Like it starts with the intention and the door open. So that is such a thing for me. And there's now people that I work with, like Cutco coworkers. Hey, I did my 10 by 10 today, Deanna. It's so much better in my business. And I'm like, again, we were doing all the same
How could it
thing.
be worse?
Yeah,
There's
like,
no, it's impossible that if you did that 10 by 10, that your business would not improve. Impossible.
yeah, like
Impossible.
how many more people a week that you're talking to now? Like, duh.
50? That's a lot. Think about it. I
Yeah,
guarantee. Okay, give me a number. We'll start with Edwards. Is he paying attention still? Scott, how many people do you reach out to weekly?
yes,
Now,
that's
he
good.
does a pretty good job of being everywhere. Or
Yeah.
anyone. Give me a number. I'd love anyone to just give me an answer. That means you're actually listening. Just tell me, how many people do you reach out to weekly? I'd like to see anyone that says 10. Or I at least reach out to 20 a week.
And while
See?
people are responding, like data is only as valuable as it can be compared. So
Look at
sometimes
John.
they'll
I'd
say,
say
well,
100. And John, that's what you do, right? Give me a thumbs up. I think that, that's what John helps Scott do, is
right.
reach out to a lot of clients and so forth. Oh, he says Scott does. He's about 50.
Oh,
And guess
good.
what? They're number 2 in the entire company this last month.
What a concept.
Yeah. Yeah. And Scott was on our call today. They asked what was his success lately. Like he's been on fire. He's definitely improved his numbers. And he said it's all the seeds he's been uh, putting in the ground for the last 2 years. He's
Right.
been laying these seeds down for quite some time, and now they're starting to pay off,
Yeah.
and that's all we can do. The other thing too is I just thought of something when you guys are reaching out to your clients, and we hit this at the beginning. You're like, oh, all my clients are like now in Tennessee. Let your clients know that you're in 49 states, because I mean, a lot of our business in other states, and luckily we can help them. And they'd rather work with somebody they know and be local than randomly somebody from Tennessee that's going to help them with their loan that they don't know with their biggest financial purchase or move or investment. It's crazy that you don't let them know. Hey, by the way, a lot of people have been relocating, for many different reasons. You have to say why. Don't say this because California sucks. Just for many reasons. I'm here, just so you know, I can help you in all 49 states except for New York, but I doubt you're moving to New York, so we're probably safe.
Yeah, right. And let them know that because they're so much more, again, used to working with you guys are 95% more likely to do that than work with a new person. And why would you not want, referral business or anything? And the thing I kind of scold some of my agents on specifically, some of my lenders, but more of my agents, when they don't appreciate or gift something, again, it doesn't matter if it's with us, but just some kind of validation to their clients when they sell and move out of state. People forget. A realtor brought this up to me. She goes, some business owners are so silly. Like they don't realize where everyone's moving to, they know way less people there than where they're moving away from. I want those leads. I want the ones that are going to move out like they did, because they're going to be talking anyway. So
Everybody. I
why
mean,
not?
that's the thing. When people are buying a home or thinking about relocating, they talk to everybody about it. And it could be for years, by the way. People don't always make decisions tomorrow. It's no, in a couple of years we plan on moving. In a couple of years we plan on moving to the state. A couple of years we plan on upgrading, getting a bigger home, that type of stuff. So you got to plant those seeds well in advance and be there.
Right.
All right, so we're going to close this out. Anything else you want to add for our listeners, Deanna?
I'd say
I,
I want to make sure I'm a value to all of you guys. Some of you might be thinking, oh, this is kind of interesting. Like, I wonder what I could do for my clients, or, how can I create this easy system or whatever it is. And I've been here 26 years, so I'm totally an open book. Even if it's just a simple question of like, hey, what do you see people giving that, like, this is my budget. What do you see people giving that have usefulness and longevity with this kind of budget, with this many people? And again, I'm happy to just give successful actions I've seen, whether it's with our company or not. I'm here to be a resource. You guys know I've been a lot of you I've worked with for many years, and I'm just here to help. So what I thought I'd do, and maybe some of you want that letter I read earlier so you can edit it for yourself. What I thought I would do is I'll go ahead and put my information in the chat. Just so you guys, if you want to just text me your name and your email, I'm happy to just get you, anything you need. Maybe you're like, well, I have some questions about gifting or whatever it is.
look at
Oh,
Sonia. She
thanks.
on it.
Oh, all over it, girl. Love it. Thank you. That is my cell, 323-687-8287. And I'll just put it here. Text me your name and email, and then I can get you guys the info of whatever you need. Maybe it's like, hey, what do you recommend for this? Or what's your best timing after I close the deal? Like, when should I give the gift? And I think you guys know this
You
already,
probably
but
have a few
email
different
it out.
scripts depending on timing, like whether it's an
Right.
annual or a re-get or a thank
Home
you after.
anniversary.
Yeah, yeah. If you can
Yeah.
share some of your scripting on that so that it's easy to, you don't have to overthink, because a lot of us are like, I don't even know what to write in the card. I just copy and adjust.
Yeah, we've
It's
already done
easy.
it for you. We just
Right.
utilize
And
our
you've done it
work.
1,000 times. I
Yeah.
know, because I've gotten quite a few notes from you. You're really good at doing handwritten notes, team. Handwritten notes. I'm a big time believer in that. So,
Yes.
any other questions from the group here?
I appreciate you guys all being here too. I was
Now,
impressed.
I bet you usually have some kind of special coming up or discount coming up or something coming up for the holidays.
Oh, sure.
I knew it. I knew it.
Well, being that Cutco kind of as a company and I are on the same page with this. You guys, here's a secret. Cutco's still family owned, so I talk to them at New York headquarters all the time. Like it's actually like a family of mine. Like there's real people there that talk on the phone with me, corporate guys and girls. So anyway, they're all about not last minute shipping and stress and all that. So they extended their Labor Day specials for another about like week or two. And it basically their quantity discounts, half price engraving, free cut code. There's all kinds of different like levels depending on how many gifts someone needs. Our minimum's only 6 gifts, so it's like very kind of
It's
no
not
break.
bad.
Yeah, it's like small, and we bill it out over time, like 6 months.
Well,
We have
that's
this.
the other thing too. I love because you helped us out with that because we've bought for our whole team, at one
Yeah,
time and stuff like that. We were able to spread it out, which helps. Because you look
yeah.
at that big number, you're like, well, I don't have that right now. Well, the idea is to pay it off over time as you're reaping the rewards from your gifts.
Right, as if you went to the store that month and bought it anyway. That's what we're trying to do is keep it congruent with like the money you'd already spend as if you went to the store anyway. So that month. So it's very budget friendly, very easy. And we go anywhere from we actually have a lot of things now under $100. I know. Cutco under 100.
Wow.
That's shocking. But yeah, there's at least 6 or 7 things now that are under there. So I can also there's a kind of a secret website with like pricing and stuff I can connect you guys with too. So definitely text me, please. Um, if you could, that info, and then I can actually get you guys the link to the different items. So again, 323-687-8287. Please don't be shy. Just send me a quick text if you want some info on pricing or just questions about when to give, when not to give. I have kind of like a list of what months and weeks to give versus not gift anything.
Right.
So I want to make sure whatever the item is, doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm happy to just be a resource to you guys. And I love my Momentum Builder family. And you guys are always so supportive. And I love that you guys always add value. And again, just remember it is not your client's job to remember you, but it is your duty and full obligation to ensure they never ever have a chance of forgetting who you are.
Very key, and everybody knows that's more important than ever right now as we head into like we've gotten through our mortgage winter, as I mentioned. We're finally about getting that rock over the edge of that hill that we've been pushing up for 2 years. So ready to rock and roll. Thank you, Deanna, for always adding value and sharing not just Cutco, you know, tips and tricks. It's sales tricks. It's client retention tips. It's how to engage, how to be memorable, how to get them to refer, how to ask for the business. All that stuff is super, super important. So thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule, being prepared. I have her notes. She comes prepared all the time. I love that. Um,
Thank you
and
guys.
then, of course, we have some great calls coming up. I love Alex. You talk about a dude with energy. The guy only created Sales Boomerang, helps create Trust Engine. Now he's working on Fuel Inc. The guy's everywhere. He's so sharp and on top of his game. He's going to share with you how to get peak performance right now, which is important more than ever as we close out the end of the year. We want to close out strong. Alex is going to help with that. I'm on the phone with him literally every single week. He pumps me up. And then, of course, right after that, Pitts, our bro, bringing Jeff on and disrupt or die. How to change the market. You got to be different. You got to be different. I know you know that, Deanna, because you do it all the time. I mean, I look to see what kind of goofball stuff you're doing now to be different, but I like it because I'm like, look at her go. She has no humility. She just is Deanna, which is awesome. And you always add value. So hopefully you guys can join our future calls. And then we need all of you to download our app, Momentum Builder app. It has all these great resources in it. Boom. And then join our community. We're trying to build out the best community in the industry, meaning you don't have to do this alone. Sales is hard. This industry is hard. Why do it alone? Why not join our community and be involved and engaged and see what's going on? We'll have a lot of our top professionals just share on a regular basis their tips, tricks, strategies, input, inspiration, motivation, and all that good stuff. And Sonia's even been setting up giving away prizes. That's
Ooh.
right, because we want to basically incentivize you to be part of our community. So thank you very much for being part of our Momentum Builder call every Thursday, 11 a.m. We also have our leadership series. You should check that out on a regular basis. Go to our Momentum Builder page in Facebook and Instagram. And anything else, Sonia? There you go. There's our links. MomentumBuilder.com. Got it all.